So we are very much going back to chapter 2 again today. And that's why I said we're going to kind of breeze through this piece, okay? So we are actually going to do a reread of chapter 2. And yes, we did a read aloud yesterday that had to do with bones. We did this reading yesterday. Today we're going to do another read of it. When we do a second, a third, a fourth read of something, our goal is to build fluency. So be able to read through it smoother, to be able to, those words that are new or harder, our second, our third, our fourth time through a book, we want to be able to read them a lot easier, right? So really, yesterday, some of you had time to read it. We did another reading in class, and then as you guys answered questions, you had to do almost another reading to go back and find the correct answers. All of that is fabulous, and I'm really happy about it, but today we're going to do some more questions with it. Some of this I will read to you. Some of it you will read, and we'll ask questions. So we're going to start on page 12 today. Everybody on page 12? Yeah. So I'm going to read it, and then we're going to breeze through questions. If you are unable to answer the questions right away, your job is to be listening and following along. So everybody look at page 12 with me. Everybody in page 12. Your eyes and your fingers are in it. If you cannot handle this, instead what I will do is I will type the questions up and you will write the answers down. And it won't be conversation and it won't be read aloud. So will you follow along with me? Yes. Your bottle should be down. Your eyes should be in your book. You should be following along. Eyes in your book. Last time we learned the name of some of the bones in the body. Today I'd like to tell you a little more about bones. The bone I'm pointing to is the human fibula bone. The fibula, you may recall, is one of the bones in your leg. The outer part of a bone is hard. It is made up of the same stuff as a seashell you might find at the beach. But is it made of seashell? No. It's made up of the same stuff as seashell, but is it made of seashells? No. No. That stuff is called calcium. So what are bones made of? Calcium. Are they made of seashells? No. No. Do you like milk? No. Milk and other dairy products like cheese have lots of calcium in there. They are good for your bones. One way to take good care of your bones is to eat a healthy diet with dairy products. Exercise is also healthy for your bones, or is also good for your bones. So, what is a fibula? Cooper, what is a fibula?
The bigger part of your leg, like the bigger bone in your leg.
Good, very good. We said it's one of the bones in our leg. Fabulous. Which part of the bone is hard? Ooh, Zoe, I am so proud. I said, which part of the bone is hard? And you know what her eyes did? Right into the book, right? She's looking for that answer. Awesome. I'm going to give you a moment to find it in the text. Which part of the bone is hard? What's a key word you could look for as you're finding that answer? What's a key word you could look for when finding that answer? Do you think maybe if I say which part of the bone is hard, you could look for the word hard? Emery, did that help you find the answer? Yeah. Looking for keywords can be very helpful. Which part of the bone is hard? Now, the reason I wouldn't want you to look for the word bone when doing that one is we're reading all about bones. You're going to come across the word bone a lot, but hard is a more unique word to the context of what we're reading. So if you kind of skim through to find the word hard, right there. The outer part of your bone is hard. Did we find the answer? Yes. Is that always going to work?
No.
No, but it's a good strategy to help us find an answer quick, looking for keywords in the text. Is the hard part of the bone, or what is the hard part of the bone made out of? Find it in the text and point to it. What is the hard part of the bone made out of? Turn and show that word to your neighbor. Show it. You don't need voices. It's made out of calcium. I am so relieved you didn't call it seashells. Can I tell you a secret? At lunch, the teachers were talking, and one of the other teachers said most of her class on that sheet yesterday said bones were made out of seashells, which means they probably misread the information. It's made out of the same stuff as seashells, not made out of seashells. That's a mistake that could easily happen, but we have to make sure we're reading for information correctly. What else has calcium in it? Besides our bones, what else has calcium in it? Whisper it to me. Ooh, I hear examples. Dairy, milk, cheese, those products in it. Great job. 2 ways you can take care of your body. Grayson, what's one? Exercise. Joey, what's another? Fabulous. Those are things you can do to take care of your bodies. Go ahead and turn to page 14 and 15. Turn to page 14 and 15 for me. We are going to do things a little bit different. I'm going to have you read it, and then we're going to answer questions. So a little different than we just did it. Sound good? Find it and point to it. What's inside bones? What's inside bones?
Marrow.
Marrow's in there. So if you looked inside a bone, you'd see something called bone marrow. What are examples of things that cells are made up? We already talked about it.
Calcium.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to ask it again. Nope. 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 Hands down. You need to find it in the text now because random things were shouted out. What are examples of things that are made up of cells? Find it and point to it in the text. What are some examples of things that are made of cells? Apollo, what's one thing that's made up of cells? Your bone is made up of cells. Very good. Grayson, what else is made up of cells? Your bone and your
Skin.
are made of. Let's think about that one real quick. Can your bone and your skin be made of bone?
No.
Your bone and your skin are made of. Thank you. Perfect. Next page. We're going to do as we did last time. Let you read, and then we'll come back and do rapid fire questions. Rapid fire questions. Haley's answering questions that have not even been asked. She's like, bone marrow. It answers at least 50% of the questions asked today. Just kidding. What happens to bones as you get older or as you age? What happens to those bones? Zena. Do you guys agree?
Yes.
Nice job. I just saw the confidence. Her feet were kicking. She was so excited to answer. I kid you not. How do bones deal with weight? How do they deal? Like if they get weight on them, how do they handle it? Claire. Sometimes they break. Do they always break?
No.
What else do we know about them? Haley.
They heal on their own.
They what?
That they heal on their own.
They can heal on their own. But what about weight? It's like sometimes they'll break, but our bones are pretty what?
Strong.
What do you think makes them so strong? That's that prediction piece. What do you think makes bones so strong? Kyler?
The bone marrow inside the bone.
That's a great piece to it. Yep. And Joey, what else could make bones so strong?
Calcium.
That calcium too. And we get that calcium from dairy. You guys are so on it today. How do bones, actually we just read that one. Next question. How can doctors find out if your bone is broken? What do doctors do to find out? And
X-ray.
what happens if the bone is broken? Wah, wah. What happens? Ryder, what's going to happen? You're going to have to put a cast on it. Before the doctor puts a cast on it, what are they going to do? I love this participation. Cooper, what do they do before they put the cast on it?
They put it back in right.
Yep, they set it, which Cooper said it just right, is putting it back right in the right place before they do that. How long did it take for this boy's arm to get fixed? How long did it take for him to be in a cast? Everybody?
2 months.
2 months. Very good for it to be in the cast anyway. A very nice job with that, guys. We are going to move on from this, but we are going to need our book again. So leave it where it is at, and we're going to do a quick movement break. At home, take one as well.